Obviously, it's been a while now. I had to wait a little longer because of the Christmas break and things. But yeah, happy to be back with the squad and being back on the pitch already with the girls this morning, training and meeting all the new staff and just getting to know how things are working. But yeah, still some old faces there and not much has changed. So it's just been nice to get back into it.
There is one major new face for you anyway, and that's Serena Wiegman. Whenever you speak to her, she always sort of smiles, and she can clearly see she's been looking forward to working with you. How's it been working with her and getting used to her setup?
Yeah, good. Obviously, myself and Ellie Roebuck have missed the last three camps, so we had a good little catch up yesterday just to keep us up to speed with, the way the team wants to play and with the ball, without the ball, and our culture and things like that. So we're trying to get up to speed quite quickly, get to know each other quite quickly, and Ellie Roebuck as well, obviously. But yeah, so far so good, and I'm just focused on training well and getting back into the team.
Obviously, you were out for quite a while at the beginning of the season. How frustrating was that time out, especially considering obviously what was going on with England with the new coach, new setup, and building towards this summer?
Yeah, I mean, I think the year before was more frustrating than being injured. I think, I played a whole year being injured and just had to carry on and not be at my best and not perform at my best, both physically and mentally. It was quite draining. So actually, as much as it was disappointing to miss out on England games, it was disappointing to not be able to help my club team, with all the injuries that happened there. It was something for my own self that I needed to do and have the operation. And yeah, just now I'm just slowly building back up and performances are just coming and match fitness is coming and hopefully I can get back to the very top of and the very best of my performances in the next few months.
Finally, from me, it's Canada first up. That involves you come up against Bev Priestman. Look, how is that going to be, considering especially how much she's achieved with Canada in the last few months?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting matchup. Um, Canada off the back of the Olympics doing so well there and obviously a lot of the girls we know Bev really, really well. So pleased for what she's done and what she's achieved with that Canada team. But it'll be an exciting matchup like the other two games will be. All very different kind of matchups. But yeah, it'll be good to get on the pitch and to see Bev and obviously match up against that Canada team.
Well, look, it's great to have you back. Cheers, Lucy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anton. If we can now go to Asif Burhan from Forbes.
Hi Lucy, great to see you back. I read in your column today that Serena asked you what you thought would make the difference between England reaching the semi-finals and the final of a competition. What were the opinions you offered her?
Um, I think there's lots of different factors, and I think it changes with the squads that we have, the players that we have, the managers that we have, and ultimately a lot's changed since then. So for me, I'm still getting to know what this team now is good at, what our strengths are, what we can improve on. And yeah, once I kind of know that, then I can help feed that into the team. And Serena already knows a lot more about this team already. She's watched us for a number of years and been with the girls for a number of months. So yeah, hopefully as things carry on, I can help give some input and make some changes. Well, not changes, but just help the team push on and just improve as much as possible.
And in some ways, are you encouraged by the experience of the men's team who had to lose two semi-finals before they finally made the breakthrough in home cell last summer?
Yeah, definitely. I think the FA and England, we feed off of each other. I think the men see us when we're successful and vice versa, and you feed off of that. And we have fans that go across both teams that enjoy that success. Obviously, as a fan, it was brilliant to watch the men's be so successful last year and do so well, and only just miss out on winning the trophy in the end. But yeah, it motivates us as a team to see our other, I don't know, our equals, our other half, or the other team do so well, and definitely inspired us to want to kind of reach there and have the support of the nation behind us like they did.
Thanks, Lucy. Best of luck over the week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Asif. If we can now go to Emma Sanders from BBC.
Hi Lucy, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about these these games being against arguably tougher opposition, and it's all about the preparation for the Euros. So I just wondered, with all the chat about the Euros, has the excitement kind of grown for you personally ahead of the summer?
I don't think it's gotten any more than the day that it was announced. To be honest, I think I've always been excited for the tournament. But yeah, I'm very focused in what I like to have set out in front of me. And my focus over the last month has just been getting back on the pitch and playing. My focus this week will just be wanting to put in some good performances for England and win these games. There's plenty of time ahead of the Euros where we can focus and get excited for that. But I think the minute it got announced that it was a home Euros, that was my time to be excited, and then it was straight back to work and get focused on whatever was put in front of me.
Yeah, just like a true pro. Going back up north again as well with England, so yeah, you must be excited about that too.
Yeah, I think that's exciting personally, because obviously the girls played at Stadium of Light in the last camp. I did come up and watch the game, and I was in the crowd with my family. But yeah, it'll be nice this time to now be up with the girls on the pitch, and my family be in the stands watching me rather than being sat with them. Definitely, it'd be nice, and it's nice to be up in the northeast. Although it is a little bit cold, it doesn't actually rain as much as Manchester. It's just a little bit colder.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. Just quickly, how important is it, to get these games, get England playing in front of fans up north and in areas that they perhaps haven't seen England play too many times in the past?
I mean, from experience, being from the northeast, the rare occasion I got to see top level athletes and England internationals play when I was younger was few and far between. So it's nice to give the fans opportunity to come to our games and see us play, and get around the country and kind of build that support network and build up the fans, especially with having missed out on playing so many games during COVID and lockdown. And obviously we've had the qualifiers, but it'd be nice now to have these bigger opponents to play against and our fans to come out and support us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, best of luck. Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. If we can now go to Dom Smith from englandfootball.org, please.
Hey, Lucy, welcome back. It was a tough game against Canada in April. I seem to remember you came off the bench in that one, but a game that kind of seemed quite even and maybe got away from England on the individual errors that day. Is there a sense that really, especially with considering Canada have won the Olympics this year or last summer, there's no way that you can kind of let that happen again, and those individual mistakes will definitely be punished if they repeat themselves?
I think as an England team, we were in a very different position the last time we faced Canada. With changing managers, but then there was the Olympics, that was Team GB, but players were still trying to play for places in that squad. The team had obviously travelled to France and then come back, and yeah, it was like a bit of a lot of things going on at that time. Whereas now I think the team's a lot more settled. Serena's been in a lot longer. A lot more of the girls have been settled in the squad now consistently. So I think as a team we're probably in a really good place in that respect. I think Canada's preparation for the Olympics was obviously different, and I think them as a team now, 6 months later, the difference between going into a Olympics and playing a team in a prep phase compared to we're playing the Olympic champions, I think that's a different dynamic for them as well. So I'd be expecting, a few different things from this game compared to the last one. But yeah, we're very aware of how good a team Canada are, but equally we know that we've got the players to go out and match them.
And if I can also just ask you about the competition in general, when its foundation was first mentioned, what was the chat like between the players? You must have been so excited about who the teams were going to be, and then maybe when they were announced, the excitement ramped up even more.
Yeah, I think we've been super excited for this competition. Obviously, previously we've gone away to the She Believes, which again has been an amazing experience, amazing competition. But the travel's not always been too kind on the legs and the sleep patterns. So it's nice to kind of play in England and have that similar level of competition. Play these big games. We all put on the England shirt because we want to play in these big games and match ourselves up against some of the best players in the world. So I think when it was announced and we kind of heard a few whispers about it, and then we were dead set on these 3 teams, I think the girls were just super excited to match up against some of the best players and best teams in the world.
And who are you tipping as the favourite?
My favourite? I can't tip anybody else when I play for one of the teams. But yeah, I mean, I think all 4 teams are really powerful teams. Very, very different. All offer a different kind of aspect of the way we play. Like, Canada, I can imagine will have a lot of energy. Spain, I think we all expect to see them try and possess the ball a lot. Germany, very organised. I think we're an England team that are quite good at all 3 of those things. So it'll just be how we set up and how we match up against all them teams. But yeah, I'm gonna back our players. I believe that we've got a really strong squad and a good group of players. But it's all about how we perform on the day.
Yeah, as you should. Okay, best of luck.
Thank you, Dom. If we now go to Ben Gilby from Impetus Women's Football.
Hi, Lucy. Just thinking, Canada are a team that they know us very well. Both their coach and players know us quite well. So, obviously, the last time we played them as England and as GB, we didn't quite get over the line against them. So, what extra challenge does it prove that they know us so well, and how can we overcome them challenges?
Yeah, I think Bev obviously knows a lot of our players well. But again, I think from those 2 games that I've been a part of with Team GB and with England, we've changed a little bit since then, both in terms of personnel and the way that we play. So I think there'll be a couple of players that they probably don't know as well. A couple of our younger players who have been performing well this season, especially. So I think that might have changed a little bit. But I think we know that the kind of where we were when we played both them games in terms of Team GB and England was very different to what we're facing now. And I think they'd probably be less prepared for us now than they would be previously, just because this is literally the first time we're playing like a really high top ranked opposition with Serena as our manager, our new way of playing, whereas Bev was part of the England team like over a year ago now, and a lot can change in a year.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Lucy, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. If we now go to Tom Gary from The Telegraph.
Hi, Lucy. Thanks for your time. I just wondered how pleased you were for Leah Williamson to be named captain for this week. And on that theme, a lot of people had suggested on social media that they thought you might get that role. And I wondered whether that was something you'd ever thought about and whether you had any conversations with Serena about that in the last few days.
Yeah, I mean, I think Serena's just mentioned to me, I've obviously been out for a while. I've missed a lot of camps. I need to be caught up to speed with the way we play and the way we do things. She just wants me to focus on me, me playing well, me training well. That's what my focus has been at club largely, is getting back on the pitch and focusing on getting my performance up and things. So I think Serena just said to me, we obviously know that you're a strong leader in the team, but right now it's important that you get yourself right, and yeah, it gives me a time to focus on how I play in an England shirt. But yeah, in terms of Leah being the captain, I think she's obviously captained the team a lot recently. She's done a really good job. She's a young leader in the team, but she has set a good example for a lot of the players. But ultimately, I think we know that we're at the stage where we have loads of leaders in the team. There's a lot of people that can help lead the team in different ways. And I think that's the way we want to see it going forward, is that we all lead the team. But ultimately, Leah's the one who's wearing the armband on the pitch, and she's going to be our leader in these games and in this tournament.
Thank you so much. Great to see you back in England, Kit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, Tom. If we now go to Simon Collins from the Evening Standard.
Hi, Lucy. I just want you spoke a bit about the new style. I appreciate you're sort of new coming into the camp under Serena, but could you sort of outline what she said to you about the style, and for fans who might not have seen the Lionesses much, but this year will be with the Arnold Clark and the Euros, what they can expect if they come to see you guys in action?
I think something that stood out to me was Serena saying, how enthusiastic our team are. We love to work hard both on and off the ball. We've got a lot of energy in our team. So yeah, I think we want to win the ball back quickly. I think we'll play some good football. We've already showed that we can score a lot of goals. Yes, granted, we know against lower opposition, lower ranked opposition, but I think that's only going to give our players confidence. And hopefully going into these 3 games, we can kind of bring that style, score goals, win games. But we're very much focused on improving what we're good at right now, and using each of these games to improve ourselves as a team, and both as a team and individually.
Nice one, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Simon. If we can now go to Lee Johnson from BBC Look North.
Hi, Lucy. All right. You mentioned earlier on about coming back north, and it's nice, I guess, for you to have a nice kind of northeast contingent with you as well, sort of 6 or 7 players in this squad. What's it like as a group returning north and playing in front of a home crowd?
Yeah, I think it's exciting. I think for the girls from the northeast, like I said, like we didn't really get a lot of football up in the northeast when we was younger, and we've always said to England, we need more games in the northeast. We want our families to come to the games, and there's, like you said, there's such a large group of us who are particularly kind of that Sunderland area. It's nice for us to come up here and have our grandparents and things come to games who potentially couldn't travel further when we play at Wembley and things like that. So yeah, it's in that respect it's really nice. And yeah, I don't know, it's like half the squad or something, I think, is within like a 50-mile radius of the stadium. So yeah, I think it gives those players a little bit something special, especially because, like I said, when we were younger, these games didn't really exist in the northeast for us to come and watch.
Is that something you've lobbied for then? Is it you've been harassing the?
We always just make little jokes. There's so many of us, so why can't we go to the northeast? And then all the southerners are like, it's too cold up there. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to play in all these different stadiums as well. Get used to kind of different atmospheres, different crowds, and things like that. So it's definitely exciting. And when all the 3 stadiums that we've got for this tournament, I think we're excited for each and every one of them. But yeah, as a northerner, this one's probably, this is the one that my family are coming to. So this is the one that I'm happiest about.
Fantastic. Have a good one, Lucy. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lee. And if we can end the press conference with Daniel Fine from FAWSL Full-Time Magazine.
Thanks. Hi, Lucy. You said in the Telegraph that the England physio, I think it was Alicia Tang, was really important in your recovery. And what's it been like being back around her and the rest of the England setup now that you're fit again?
Yeah, it's really good. I've got a really great relationship with the medical staff at England. They've been around for a number of years, so yeah, they probably know my knees and my body better than I do sometimes. But Alicia's a great, integral part of our team and the backroom staff. And even, you say seeing her at camp, but she's that good at a job that she comes and pops in and sees me in Manchester to check up on me, because she's very diligent in the work that she does. But yeah, I think her help and advice and everything around my knee injury was priceless, and it's great to be back around her and know that she's one of the people that looks after me on campus. Yeah, gives me a lot of confidence.